Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, the second shir Masechus Eiruvin, Perek Aleph, Mishnayos Gimel and Dal. Mishnah Gimel says, "Akura she'amru rechava k'dei lekabel ariach v'ariach hasi levena shel shlosh tefachim." We mentioned one of the ways we matir a mavoi, right? To make sure you don't confuse. You know the mavoi, the street, the side street, which is not 16 amos wide. It's not Rosh Hashanah. To make sure when you go from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, make sure you're realizing you're not carrying anything from a shliach to shirab. So either put a korah according or a lechi. A korah is a beam across the top, of the walls of that street, or the houses at the end of the street, or put a lechi, who is a post. So first the Mishnah has to talk about a korah. So the korah has to be, how wide does it have to be? This beam have to be? It has to be enough to hold an ariach. Now ariach is, there's a levena, which is 3 tefachim brick, and there's an ariach, which is a half a regular brick. A regular brick is 3 tefachim, and ariach is 1.5 tefachim. So therefore, all you need the beam is to be wide at tefach. So therefore, it could hold lengthwise the brick, which is 3 tefach, meaning 1 tefach will be directly flush on the beam, and 1 tefach will be hanging over on each side. Right? Lengthwise, the brick will rest, the half brick will rest on it, and that's considered wide enough to be a good beam. According to the Rabbanan, not only does it have to be a tefach in order to be able to hold it, also has to be strong enough, right? It can't be flimsy, it has to be strong enough. If you put a brick on it, that's 3 tefach, it could hold it, it won't fall down. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, it just has to be wide enough, right? 1 tefach, but even if it's very weak, it's very flimsy, we'll talk about tomorrow, Mishnah. Hey, even if it's very flimsy, it's going to fall down. That's good enough according to Rabbi Yehuda. The obvious question is, it would seem to me, when I first thought about this, that it should be the opposite. We learned in Machlokas in the first Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda and the Rabbanan, right? Can you have a kura that's above 20 amos? According to the Rabbanan, no. And according to Rabbi Yehuda, yes. And Rabbi Yehuda, we learned yesterday. Rabbi Yehuda says because P ticker Eiruvin, it's like a mechitza. It's not mishum heker. According to the Rabbanan, it's mishum heker. You should see the kura like a lech and be reminded. Don't carry from the street to Shirabim. But according to Rabbi Yehuda, it has nothing to do with seeing it. It's more of a P ticker Eiruvin, even though it's 20 amos. It's like a wall that goes down. So it's like a mechitza. I mentioned yesterday. Obviously, Rabbi Yehuda agrees that they have a heker, but he holds that even above 40, 50 amos, right? Because it's P tikra, it's like a roof, so therefore it goes down, so therefore you have a heker. It's like a mechitza, right? It's the end of the street, and it's over 2 houses, so you'll deem it a mechitza, and you'll look up even higher than 20 amos. So according to Rabbi Yehuda, right, who says the principal idea is that it's like a mechitza, right? So it has to be able to stay in place. So if an ariach is resting on it, it should be a problem. According to Rabbanan, it's just mishum heker. Who cares if it's going to fall down? Right? Most times you're not putting a brick on top of it. As long as you can see it, even though it's very light, it's okay. Even though it's not very strong, it's okay. That's the question I had. And I was bothered by this for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I came with a resolution. If you want to hear the resolution to this question, stay tuned. Ian Mitzion coming up next.